Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita Study Circle. We are discussing 130th session today. So we had some gap in between for last 2-3 weeks, but we will continue from where we had left. We are in 130th session. So we are discussing the very important, very beautiful chapter, that is the Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga is the essence of everything that we are doing actually. So Bhakti Yoga is very much connected to the line that we are following. So Bhakti Yoga is a very special chapter where Krishna is explaining about the different qualities of a bhakta. So that will be glorified in the later section of the chapter. But it is a very essential chapter for each one of us as bhakti yogis. We all want to become bhakti yogis, right? So this chapter has a key. All the different elements of the bhakti yoga are explained here, and we can implement them in our own life so that we become the best bhakti yogis. And Krishna likes bhakti yogis because they are very, very dear to him. So, welcome each one of you, and those who are listening on YouTube, say Hare Krishna. Yes, and we have Achyutanji joining us. Thank you so much, Achyutanji. It's been very long time that you could join, but I'm very happy that you could join today. So, we have something very, very interesting today because this chapter also glorifies some very important devotees who are great bhaktas, right? So this is something that we all should know and understand, and we get some amazing examples from the Vedic scriptures, but I'm going to discuss only one of them. So let us see more about that devotee and understand a little bit more so that we appreciate the Bhakti Yoga process very much. Okay, but before that, let's begin with our pranam mantras. It's all displayed on the screen, so kindly join your palms and chant along with me the pranam mantras. Okay. Let's dedicate this session to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, and my beloved spiritual master. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Hare Krishna. So this is a very, very interesting chapter, chapter number 12. And in the previous session, we had discussed something very important, and that is that how Arjuna had a very important question. He had asked a question that, oh my Lord, at the beginning of this chapter, he had asked, oh my Lord, who is better? The one who worships the impersonal Brahman, the Nirguna, Nirakara forms, that is better, or someone who worships the personal form, or best is to render devotional service unto you? And the immediate answer was, Krishna said, the best thing is to actually engage in my service. Anybody who is engaged in the devotional service is the best. And then Krishna also continues to explain that although those people who are engaged in the understanding of the Brahman aspect of the Bhagwan, they are also going to ultimately reach the process or the ultimate destination of spirituality, that is Bhagavan, that is an indirect process. And Krishna said in the fifth verse that that process is actually very troublesome. It is very painful. They take a long time. So the yogis, they actually perform a lot of tapasya, but then after all the tapasya, which is so troublesome, they reach the destination, which is only the Brahman realization, not even the Bhagwan complete aspect of Bhagwan aspect is not understood. They understand only the Brahman aspect. So it is incomplete. Nirguna Nirakara, many people talk about it and they still follow it. They also are trying to understand God. They understand God, but that is only the incomplete understanding of the God, right? So Now, from the verse number 6 to 7, Krishna is going to explain the importance of how we should be engaged in devotional service. That is one thing. At the same time, from 8 onwards, 8 to 12, it is the verses where the yoga ladder is explained. Krishna is going to explain the topmost thing that you can do in verse number 8. And Krishna says, okay, this is the topmost thing that you are supposed to do in devotional service, but you cannot do because you have some limitations. We all have certain limitations. If you cannot do this, then Krishna says, you do this. Then Krishna says, okay, this is also not possible. All right, no problem. You cannot do this, then go to the next level. You do this. Oh, you are not possible. You cannot do even this. Okay, let's go to the next level. Go down. So Krishna is so merciful. He's actually talking of the different aspects from the toughest to the easiest. He's even in devotional service, he's simplifying to us. And it is further simplified by Prabhupada because he just made it chant 16 rounds. That's it. Very, very simple. Just 16 rounds. I mean, it is so difficult. Now, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj actually asked each one of his disciples to chant 64 rounds. But Prabhupada said, no, it is just 16 rounds. Enough. And if you can chant 16 rounds, then you are a perfect human being. If you don't chant 16 rounds, then you are not a human being. So, Prabhupada has simplified very much. And let's today understand the very important verse number 6. So, this is what we understood in verse number 5, that for those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, that is impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. And we don't want troublesome. People don't like trouble, especially in this world which is so instant. Everything is, people are looking for instant gratification. In this kind of situation, people definitely don't want any troublesome progress. They don't want any troublesome tapasya. So they want it very simple and very easy. So that's why to make progress in this discipline is always very difficult for those who are embodied. Who are embodied? Now, embodied are those who are actually covered with this body which is made up of 5 elements, Panchabhuta. So we are all embodied with the Panchabhuta, and for us to understand this process of impersonal feature is very, very difficult, very troublesome. So let's not go for that. So what is Krishna saying then? Let's see what alternative Krishna is going to give. So Dev, you can unmute yourself. Let's chant the 6th verse. 6th and 7th are together, so we will chant, 6th, and then Hina Mataji can chant the 7th verse. So 6th verse. Etu sarvani karmani.
Yetu sarvani karmani.
Mai sanyasya matparaha.
Mai sanyasa matparaha.
Ananyenaiva yogena.
Ananyenaiva yogena.
Mam dhyayanta upasate.
Mam dhyayanta upasate.
Let's do that once again. Etu sarvani karmani.
Yetu sarvani karmani.
Mai sanyasya matparaha.
Mai sanyasa matparaha.
Ananyenaiva yogena.
Ananyenaiva yogena.
Mam dhyayanta upasate.
Mam dhyayanta upasate.
Wonderful. Hina Mataji, you can unmute yourself. Let's chant the 7th verse.
Yes.
Teshamaham samudharta.
Teshamaham samudhrata.
Mrityu samsara sagarat.
Mrityu samsara sagarat.
Bhavami na chirat partha.
Bhavami na chirat partha.
Maya veshita chetasam.
Maya veshita chetasham.
Once again. Teshamaham samudharta.
Teshamaham samudharta.
Mrityu samsara sagarat.
Mrityu samsara sagarat.
Bhavami na chirat partha.
Bhavami na chirat partha.
Maya veshita chetasam.
Maya veshita chetasham.
Wonderful. Please read the translation.
But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So this is a very, very interesting verse here. So Krishna is saying here, but those who are worshipping me, giving up all their activities unto me, being devoted to me, without deviation, engaged in devotional service, are always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me. O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer. The word is very important. The swift deliverer. See, where is the in the previous verse Krishna was talking about the troublesome procedure. But here Krishna is saying, I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Now, Krishna is equal to everyone, doesn't mean that he's unequal. Now, they want to choose that path which is troublesome. So, Krishna is waiting. Okay, you want to go through that troublesome path. That is your desire. So, Krishna waits because they have to go through all the troublesome procedure of analytical study, Sankhya Yoga. I'm not this body, I am a spirit soul. They have to go through all those different things, analyze one by one everything, and then detach themselves from all this material things, and then understand that I am the spirit soul, and then who is God, and then the relationship between God. It's a troublesome process, it's a very long process. Krishna waits. There cannot be any swift delivery there because they want it that way, very slow. But here Krishna is saying, for those who are engaged in devotional service, I am the swift deliverer. So now the choice is ours. What do you want? You want to remain here, do a lot of experimentations, or you are really thinking of, yes, enough is enough, let's go. Enough now. I don't want to be here anymore. At least I personally don't want to go through the troublesome process. I am thinking just do devotional service and get back home as soon as possible. Right? So that is the goal that we all should have. That is the process that we should all follow and aim that we should go in this very lifetime. So swift delivery. Krishna is talking about swift delivery. Everything is instant, right? So Krishna is saying, I will give you instant. In Kali Yuga, even the bhakti process, even if you want to come to me, it's very instant, provided you follow. You follow my instruction of devotional service. So it's very instant. So ye tu sarvani karmani. So in this verse, there is a very interesting word Krishna is using. He is saying etu sarvani. Etu. Tu means, you know, kintu, we say, right? Tu, kintu means what? In the previous verse, he has said that, oh, yes, all these people who actually worship the different aspects of the impersonal feature, they are going through the troublesome process of kintu. In the next verse, in this, what is saying? Kintu sarvani karmani. Those who are engaged in sarvani karmani, there is something different. I become the swift deliverer for them. So that A to sarvani karmani. This is what we need to understand now, right? So, in order to differentiate between the impersonal feature process and the process of devotional service, Krishna is using a tu sarvani karmani. Is using the word tu. Now, what is this sarvani karmani? This is also very sarvani. Sarvani means everything that these people do or the devotees do. What means everything means what? Everything means anything that they do with the body, anything that they do with the mind, and anything that they do with their soul. So their mind, body, and soul. All their actions which are related to the body, mind, and soul, karmani, sarvani karmani. So when this word comes sarvani, you should understand that sarvani means body, mind, and soul. So actions performed through the body, through the mind, and through the soul, these people, such people are totally engaged like this, Mai Sanyasya. And what is that? They are totally attached to Krishna. Mai Sanyasa doesn't mean only detachment from material things, which is true, it's partially true. Sanyasa means one, one is that you give up all the material things, attachments. Other aspect of sannyasa is also that you get equally or more attached to Krishna simultaneously. So detachment and attachment both are important. So mai sanyasya, that means you are getting attached to Krishna. That is also very important, right? Very interestingly, in the ninth chapter, we had understood 9.34. We all had studied that how everything that we do, sarvani karmani, Prabhupada Krishna had said, sarvani karmani should be dedicated to the service of the Lord. Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhosi dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva mad arpanam. Isn't it? We all had understood that how whatever you do, yat karosi, and whatever you eat, yat ashnasi, yat ashnasi means whatever you eat, yat juhosi, whatever you offer or give away, dadasi yat, and whatever austerities you perform, everything should be performed for my pleasure. Tat kurusva madarpanam. Madarpanam, you give everything to me. So this is sarvani karmani. So the training of the bhakti process is this, that we want to train ourselves in such a way that our body, mind, and soul is totally engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. There is nothing else that we should actually hanker for. Work means we should work for Krishna always. That is perfection. There is nothing else that we should actually hanker for. There is nothing else that we should actually ask for. Mad arpanam, Krishna is saying. So there are many times Krishna is in the Bhagavad Gita saying Mad Arpanam. Mad Arpanam is one thing. Mad Arpanam means whatever you are working and you get the result, right? So when you work, there is a result of that. So Krishna is saying that result, Mad Arpanam. So this is the easy process actually. It is a simple process that when you work something, you do something, there is a result, and that result you can offer Mad Arpanam. There is something called as Mad Artaha. Mad, Krishna also talks about Mad Artaha. Mad Artaha means that actions which are for Krishna. You are doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. What is that? Like you are going out and preaching. You are doing a lot of activities. So for the pleasure of Krishna. Mad Artaha. Mad Artaha means you want to benefit. You want to give the ultimate energy that you are using for your own energy for the service of the Lord. Mad Artaha. Then Mad Karma. Mad karma means Krishna is saying Mad karma. What is my karma? I want to come here. I come here to this material world so that I want to reclaim back all the souls. And Krishna is saying this is the greatest work that I do when I take avatara. And if anybody participates in this, then that is Mad karmaha. So now, with little discussion of this Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is engaging me in speaking about Bhagavad Gita and you in listening about the Bhagavad Gita. So what is this? Mat karmaha. This is what Krishna wants. He wants his devotees to speak about him. He wants his devotees to actually listen about him. So both is happening now, and this becomes Mat karmaha. So this is Krishna's work. Krishna going out and preaching this message is actually Krishna's work, and you participating in this is very important. So Mad Arpanam, Mad Artaha, Mad Karmaha. So many things are there. The whole life is dedicated. So our only thing should be we should completely be engaged in devotional service. That is what Krishna is saying here. Ananyenaiva kaunte. Ananyenaiva. Ananya means there is sadhya, that is Krishna, and there is sadhana. When you are performing sadhana, that should be ananya. Ananya means it is with full faith, with complete devotion. There is no other desires that you will have. You want to be completely engaged in devotional service. That is ananyanaiva. Right now we are doing devotion, but that devotion is actually having a lot of other desires. It is mixed bhakti. Ananyanaiva means there is nothing else that you actually hanker for. We are only interested in serving Krishna. That is ananyanaiva. Will we reach that state? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. It is possible provided we follow the instructions of Prabhupada. That is very important. When we do ananya upasate, Krishna is saying ananya, you should do upasana of me, but that should be ananya. When we have that intensity of bhakti, that devotion, ananyaneva, without any other desires, mixed desires, then we will be achieving the highest state of devotion. That will be very, very special. Krishna will become the swift deliverer for us. Ananyaneva provided. Otherwise, like yogis, they have so many desires. They have desires that, I have to control this, I have to control that, I have to control mind, I have to control many other material elements. They have a lot of things. They get siddhis. I want this siddhis. So Krishna says, okay, they have mixed desires. So that's why Krishna also reciprocates them with them in a very mixed way. But ours is not like that. Ananyaneva. Krishna says, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyashi yukvaivam atmanam mat parayanaha. So we should always be engaged in devotional service. We should become devotee of Krishna, and we should offer our obeisances, and we should be completely absorbed in the devotion of Krishna. That way, it is surely Krishna is saying that you will come to me. Man mana bhava mad bhaktu, atmanam mat parayana, mam evasyashi yuktva evam. So Krishna is saying, you will come to me by always remembering me. So this is very simple. Krishna is now actually, before he talks about the different steps of devotional service, the devotional ladder, he is actually glorifying devotional. In this sixth and seventh verse, he is actually glorifying the devotional process. Because when we, know the greatness of something, we get attached to it, right? Anything great that attracts our attention. So when you are actually having that attraction, when you have that special attraction towards Krishna, then you know the greatness of Krishna. You will get, your intensity will be even more when you perform devotion with that knowledge that Krishna is so great, right? So that's why this discussion is all about to know how great Krishna is, because by knowing Krishna's greatness, our attraction towards him is more. That is very important for us. So, and we are actually attracted to all great things. We, by nature, we are very much attracted to great things in life, right? And now in the seventh verse, Tesham aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami na chirat parta mai aveshita chetasam. So this is another very interesting verse, where Tesham aham samudharta. So this word, which is samudharta means it is a combination of two words actually. Samudharta means samyak and uddharata. Samyak means complete, and uddharata means one who can actually deliver us, one who can actually completely free us. So one who can actually bestow his mercy upon us completely. That is samudharta. So Krishna is one who actually completely gives us that benediction. One who gives complete benediction, that is Krishna, and that is why he is called as Samudharta. So, Tesham Aham Samudharta. Krishna is saying Aham Samudharta, Mrityu Samsara Sagara. So, this is a kind of analogy that has been metaphor that is used most of the time. Mrityu Samsara Sagara. We are in this Samsara Sagara. This material existence is considered to be an ocean. You all have seen the ocean in Mumbai. You have the big ocean. So when you go out, you see the big ocean is there. And in ocean, it's, when you look at it, it's actually looks limitless. There is so huge. You know, there is so much of vastness of water that is there. So it is this existence, this material existence is like that. It is actually huge. Now, when the devotees, the scientists, they are living out so many different spaceships and other different varieties of telescopes in the space to capture the structure of the universe and the different planets of the universe. They are trying to see that there are so many varieties of things, and it is just limitless. Recently, there was one image captured by the scientists which actually took a picture of so many multiple galaxies, and it was really uh, amazing to see that. So not just one or two stars or constellations of stars, but it is actually the image of multiple galaxies, and each galaxy has billions and billions of stars. Now, this somehow, I don't know how it took it, but then it took the image of this particular multiple galaxies, and it was so awestruck. The whole scientific community was glorifying it so much. So it looks limitless. Now you can see that the samsara sagara, this is all samsara only. Anything in the universe is actually a samsara of the material existence, and it is quite huge. It's very, very huge. Now imagine, to get out of this huge material existence and going to the spiritual world might be so difficult, isn't it? So that is why the yogis, they are trying to analyze their body with Sankhya Yoga, and they completely get rid of that attachment to all the Panchabhuta body, the embodied existence that they have, which is made up of the Panchabhuta, and through that process they achieve that. It takes a lot of time for them. Why do they want to do that? Because they want to cross the samsara sagara. That yogi is actually doing this because he wants to cross. but it is very difficult. Just imagine, you might be a very expert swimmer. You might be a very, very expert swimmer, but if you are put there in the middle of the ocean, how much can you swim? Even if you are the world champion in swimming, if you are put in the middle of the ocean, how much can we swim? Do you think that we can cross the material ocean? It's not possible unless some rescue helicopter comes and it throws some rope, and then we climb up, and then we can save ourselves. Otherwise, we will drown, we will die. And that's exactly what is happening in this material existence, this samsara sagara. It is so huge, it's so complicated. The waves are tossing us up and down from one life to another lifetime. Sometimes we are monkeys, sometimes we are donkeys, sometimes we are cockroach, sometimes we are parrots, sometimes what not. The waves of this material ocean is constantly putting us from one form to another form. We are thrown into this material existence, and there is no one to rescue. We are trying to be an expert swimmer, and we are completely drowning. Every lifetime we have failed. Every lifetime we have failed miserably. And now when Krishna has come, like the rescue helicopter is come here to pick us up, we should try to catch hold of that rope Krishna is giving. And that rope is devotional service. That rope is devotional service. It is left to us now, whether we hold it tightly or we leave it. It is left to us. If we are very confident that yes, no, I will do it on my own tapasya, it's not possible. In Kali Yuga, it is not possible. It is very, very difficult. So let's not give a chance on our own abilities. Let's not give a chance to our own abilities, because we are tired. We are actually very tired spiritually. So we should take help. We should seek help from Krishna and Prabhupada, and we should catch hold of that rope which is of devotional service. In the association of devotees, we can actually progress, and we can get out of this material existence, that samsara sagara. Otherwise, it is just not possible. The devotee doesn't wait to become experienced in order to transfer himself to the spiritual car. He doesn't wait. The yogis tried. The yogis, they said, okay, I will wait until there is a Uttarayana, or this particular Tithi only. They have that power. They get that power to leave their body on a certain date, just like Bhishma. He had a power to Ichha Mrityu. He could decide which date I want to go out of this material world. So there are some yogis who can decide on their own on which day they want to leave their body. But devotees are not concerned about this. They don't decide themselves. They are just chanting the holy names. And then when that is happening, the Lord will come. That is what is mentioned in this verse. I become the swift deliverer. I become their deliverer. And the Lord himself personally comes on Garuda Vahana. He picks the devotee and then he goes. There's a very beautiful image also. I somehow didn't put it there in the slide today, but there is a very beautiful image where a person, a devotee, is drowning in this ocean, and Lord is actually coming on the Garuda Vahana and picks him up and then goes him away, takes him to the spiritual world. And that happened actually in the life of Sant Tukaram. You all have heard about Sant Tukaram. Sant Tukaram was such an amazing devotee, such a wonderful kirtaniya. He spread the holy names across Maharashtra. And Sant Tukaram, when he was actually, his time came, in the sense he did not decide, he was just simply chanting. Lord personally came. Lord came on the Garuda Vahana. He could see the Garuda Vahana and took him onto the Garuda Vahana, and Sant Tukaram, chanting the glories of Krishna, he left this world. It is said like that. So you can see. So it is the promise of the Lord that when Krishna is saying that Bhavamina Chirat Partha Mai Aveshit Chetasam. So why should we entangle ourselves into this material existence unnecessarily? Let's depend on Krishna more and more. So this is again in the purport. Prabhupada is very beautifully explaining that how Prabhupada is talking about giving a reference from the Varaha Purana. He's explaining that in the Varaha Purana there is a very beautiful verse which says, Nayami Paramam Sthanam Archir Adi Gatim Vina Garudaskandam Ayopya Vattecham Anivaritaha. So actually this is confirmed in the Varaha Purana that how Lord personally uh, comes on the Garuda Vahana. Actually a devotee does not need to practice Ashtanga Yoga or any mechanical process of transferring himself to the spiritual world. It is the responsibility of the Lord to take him. Just imagine, so wonderful it is. It becomes the responsibility of the Lord to take him to the spiritual world. And it is it's a promise that Krishna is doing in Bhagavad Gita, and his words will never fail. So please understand, devotional service is very special. This chapter is very special because Krishna is offering himself here to the devotees. So this is we should take this very seriously because Krishna is promising us that he will take us. And what more assurance do we want than this? It's an assurance that Krishna is giving us. It's we should be very confident about the devotional process that we are following now. That what Prabhupada has given us is the highest thing. In Kali Yuga, this is the highest thing. So we don't have to experiment anything. We just have to follow. Just have to follow. Simple process, not very difficult, right? So this is intelligence. Anybody who is intelligent will not waste time. And again, Prabhupada is giving another reference from the Narayaniya, and it is also confirming that how Vavai sadhana sampatti purushartha chatushtaye tvaya veena tad apnoti naro narayana shrayaha. Basically, it is saying that how the different processes of fruitive activities, karma kanda, jnana kanda, speculations, jnana, all these different things will not give us any ultimate result. The benefits that are derived by the yogic process, speculation, ritual, sacrifices, charities, etc., all that can be simply gotten by performing devotional service. Only by engaging in devotional service, all this thing will come to us. So we don't have to go for any special acquiring of siddhis and speculating of so much of Vedic knowledge. Not required. It is required to some extent so that our faith is firm on Krishna. We don't get deviated. That's why the knowledge is important. But doesn't mean that you actually have to technically understand every aspect of the Vedas. Not really important. Not very important, right? So these are the few things that are explained in these two verses. Let us also try to understand the next verse. So there we can unmute yourself. Let's chant the 8th verse. Yeah. मय्येव मन आदष्ट्वा
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व
मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय
मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय
निवशिष्यसि मय्येव
निवशिष्यसि मय्येव
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Let's do that once again. मय्येव मन आदष्ट्वा
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व
मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय
मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय
निवशिष्यसि मय्येव
निवशिष्यसि मय्येव
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Wonderful. Please read the translation.
Just fixed your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So now this verse begins to explain that yoga ladder. So the 8th verse is saying that the first thing that, okay, devotional service is the greatest thing that you can do. And now just fix your mind upon me. And Sri Krishna is not mincing any word. He is very clear stating, fix your mind upon me, nobody else. And engage your intelligence in me. So engage your intelligence means you constantly remember and think about the pastime, the glories. Now, for example, this month we are, the whole Damodar Leela is the prominent. So during this whole month, you can do so much of manana. Engaging the intelligence means what? Manana. Doing a lot of activities, understanding so much, right? So, Sureshji, thank you so much for joining. Thank you very much. So, you see, there is so much of engagement that we can give to our own minds. That is manana, engaging the mind in the devotional service. And thus you live in me always without a doubt. So, this is very, very special words. You live in me constantly without a doubt. This is very, very special. Why it is special? Because We all can truly be happy when we are in connection with Krishna all the time. When we are disconnected from Krishna, that is when we are in problem. For example, this finger, I have given this example many times. This finger, when it is connected to the hand, it is very, very nice and it is getting the nourishment. But if this finger is cut off and it is thrown away, then it is going to rot one day. And that's exactly what is happening to us. We are disconnected. We are not living with the body. That is the whole. Because it is disconnected, it is rotting. So similarly, we also, because we are disconnected, we are rotting in this samsara sagara. Samsara sagara. So it is time now that we revive and start living with Krishna. That is what Krishna also wants. Right? That is Krishna's desire. So in this verse, Krishna is using Mai 3 times. Mai is using meditation on the Brahman. He's using this Mai, 3 times he's using so that we are engaged in devotional service all the time. Now I want to explain something very important with all of you. Very, very special. See, Bhakti Yoga we are discussing. Bhakti Yoga is glorified when we discuss about bhaktas. And the greatest bhakta, the greatest servant of the Lord, any guess who is it? The greatest bhakta. Of course, there are many, but when it comes to devotional service or when it comes to being the servant of the Lord, seva, the best seva karta. Any idea?
Radharani.
Radharani is, yes, Radharani is a topmost, but in this material world, when we talk generally, who is the greatest bhakta, glorified? Everywhere you will see greatest bhakta, and his temples are not just
Lord
in the
Shiva.
big temples. You will find him on the streets also.
Shiva, Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva.
Bhakta
Lord
Hanuman.
Shiva. Hanuman.
Yes. So I just want to put a little light on this Bhakta Hanuman. You know, Hanuman is such a character, such a wonderful personality. He is a non-controversial devotee. You see, Krishna, a lot of controversies are there. When people talk about Krishna, there are unlimited controversies. Oh, Krishna, he did that. He was a chore. He was doing so many nonsense. So, a lot of notorious things Krishna has done. And Rama also. Many times people have problem with Rama because he killed Vali in the hiding, and then he, abandoned Sita. So, a lot of people have problems with Ram also sometimes. But you see, Hanuman is such a great devotee, non-controversial. Everybody accepts him. You know, he's such a great devotee. Hanuman is such a great devotee that even Barack Obama, you all know about this. Barack Obama had Hanuman small murti in his pocket all the time. Barack Obama used to keep a Hanuman. Somebody gifted him, and he used to keep a small murti of Hanuman in his pocket. So Hanuman even reached White House. That is how powerful he is. Hanuman can reach anywhere he wants. So Hanuman is very, very wonderful. So what happened was, once, I just want to say this because this devotion of Hanuman is exemplary. And out of the Navavidha Bhaktis, 9 processes of Bhakti, there are devotees who have gained perfection based on practicing one particular thing, like Shravanam, Kirtanam. There are different, like Parikshit Maharaj, he gained perfection by hearing, right? And Madarpanam, complete, that is Amrish Maharaj. But when it comes to devotional service, when it comes to seva, Hanuman is glorified. When it comes to devotional service, Hanuman is glorified. So after Lord Rama, he came back to Ayodhya, bringing back Mother Sita. Then all the Vanaras also had come to Ayodhya. And after some time living there in Ayodhya, Lord Ram said to all the Vanaras, now all of you, you go back to Kishkinda. Now, we all have heard about Kamkaj, right? Aapka Kamkaj hai. But Lord Rama is saying to Vanaras, you go back to Kishkinda and do Ram Kaj there. Now all these monkeys, these Vanaras, they started thinking that how can we do Ram Kaj in Kishkinda? We are in Ayodhya. You are here, oh my Lord. Ram Kaj will happen here. If you go to Kishkinda, we will do only Kam Kaj. We don't want Kam Kaj, we want Ram Kaj. But Lord Rama convinces them and says that, see, when I visited there and I am practically a ruler of Kishkinda. I am the king of, because I have visited, Sugri was made king by me. Now that is actually my place. You go back to Kishkinda and nicely do everything there, and that becomes Ramkaj. Everything that you do, yet karoshi, yet jasnasi, yet juhosi, dadati, yet whatever you do for my pleasure, but you do that in Kishkinda. And Vanaras were now convinced. They all went to Kishkinda and they said, we will do Ramkaj there. And here, Angad and Hanuman, they were two of them who were there in Ayodhya. Angad said, my lord, I don't want to go to Kishkinda because I don't have any family there now. I don't have any family, I don't want to go. So Lord Rama understood that Angad, he doesn't want to go because not out of love for me, he wants to stay here, but he wants to stay here because he doesn't have a family there. So Lord says, Angada, see, you have to go. I know you are thinking that Sugriva will have a problem with you because your father has given him a lot of problem, and now to take revenge, Sugriva may actually trouble you a lot. But don't worry, he is my devotee; he will not trouble you. You go back to Kishkinda. And Angad also actually understood the situation, and he goes back. He also goes to Kishkinda. And here, now Lord Rama, after giving the benediction and all the different things to the different devotees, Lord Rama asked Hanuman, oh Hanuman, I have nothing to give you, no benediction to give you. I have nothing, not even a small thing to give you. Now, Hanuman, you see, he's saying, my Lord Rama, I don't want anything. I want something which is very, very, very small benediction from you. Very small benediction. Now, Lord Rama is thinking, what is that small benediction that I can give? I'm telling you, I don't have anything. But Hanuman is saying, I want to get something which is very, very small. And then Lord Rama says, what is that small thing? So Hanuman, he says, my Lord, when you were coming from Mithila Patana after marrying Sita Mata, you met Parashurama on the way. You know, you encountered Parashurama. And while the discussion was going on between you and Parashurama, you said that the only possession that you have, the smallest possession that you have, is your own name, and that is Rama. Hanuman said, I want that possession. I want that Rama, the Nama. So the Rama Nama is what I want. So actually, Lord Rama was so pleased with Hanuman. He's such a great devotee. He's asking for my name. He doesn't want any other thing from Rama. He wants the name of Rama. That is the speciality of Lord's name also. So, there is a lot of connection to this Ram Nam. When Hanuman, before even Hanuman was into picture of Ramayana, Dashratha abandoned Rama and Sita and Lakshmana, right? So when Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, they all left Ayodhya, they didn't wear any royal clothes. They didn't wear any jewelry. They don't wear anything. They just wore a simple, deer skin and they went. But Dasharatha, he allowed Sita Mata to wear royal clothes and a little jewelry also. So Sita Mata was not restricted from wearing jewelry. So she was not wearing any deer skins or anything like that. So she was allowed to wear the clothes and also jewelry. And of course, when they were going through the forest, Anasuya Devi also, she gave jewelry to Mother Sita. And we all know that very beautiful pastime where Lord Rama wanted to cross the river and that boatman comes, Kevat, right? So Mother Sita, Ram, Lakshman, they, board onto the boat and Kevat is rowing the boat and they are crossing the river. And then when they get offshore, the other side of the river on the banks, and Lord Rama was thinking, oh, I should give him something. And Mother Sita could immediately understand that Lord Rama wants to give something to Kevat, a boatman, as an exchange, as a reciprocation for the service that he has done. It is very natural. So he didn't have anything because there is nothing that he's wearing. Rama is not wearing any jewelry. So Sita had a ring and she took the ring and she gave it to Lord Rama. She understood that Rama wants to give something. So Lord Rama, he takes the ring and then this ring is not an ordinary ring, it's a very special ring. The ring, this had two very special jewels on that. And there were on that two special jewels on the ring, there were two words, Ra and Ma. And Mother Sita always used to see that ring and remember Rama because Ra and Ma was written on that. So Rama took that ring from Sita and offered it to Kevat, the boatman. And the boatman said, "My lord, I don't want this. I don't want this ring." He said, "No, I have to give you something for your service." The boatman said, "If you really want to give, when I die, you help me to cross the samsara sagara, the ocean. I helped you to cross this ocean, this river. In exchange, I want you to actually help me cross the material ocean, the samsara sagara. That is what I want." Very intelligent that boatman was. He didn't ask, because if you would have taken that ring, that would have been a very puny thing that he would have asked. That transaction is over. But Kevat was very, very nice, very intelligent. He didn't take that ring from Lord Rama. He said, "You help me cross the material ocean." This is exactly what we should ask from the Lord. We go to the temple and what do we ask? "Oh my Lord, give me this opulence, give me that opulence. My children should be this. I should have a big bungalow. I should have this car and that jewelry. What not? So many things. And then Lord Rama, when Kevat actually denied, when Kevat did not, the boatman did not take that, Lord Rama, he took that ring and he wore it. Now Mother Sita is thinking, what happened? You know, he is actually on, exile. He is not supposed to wear. And Mother Sita is thinking, ideally, Lord Rama, what he should have done? It is the ring of Mother Sita. He should have given it back. He didn't give, he wore it himself. And women are generally attached to jewelry. And Mother Sita is thinking, why is he wearing and not giving it to me? So he wore it. Only later she gets to know why it is like that. So now he's wearing this ring, Lord Rama, and then now when Bhakta Hanuman says that I want only on Ramanam, Ram was so happy. And then he takes out this ring which had that Rama inscribed on the two jewels. He said, "This belongs to you now. It belongs to you. You take this. Oh my dear Bhakta Hanuman, this ring now belongs to you." Then Mother Sita got to know, oh yes, now this is why Lord Rama had kept it all the time with him, so that he could give it to Hanuman. And now Hanuman, when he got this ring, he is actually very happy. And then he's thinking, okay, I can't wear this. And then he's thinking, there were no uh, zipper jackets, he could keep it somewhere inside. And then he's not that he could keep it in some dhoti, because sometimes when he fights, the ring might fall off, he may lose it. So all those things. And then Hanuman is thinking that where can I safeguard this? Where do I keep this ring? And then he thought, oh yes, actually the origin of Ramanama happens in the mouth. So he took that ring of Lord Rama. Of course, it belongs to Mother Sita. He took that ring and put it in his mouth, because that is the origin of Ramanama. Ramanama is vibrated from the tongue. So he thought this is the best place, and he kept that ring in the mouth. And when Hanuman kept that ring inside his mouth, every pore of his body started illuminating like anything. He was amazingly effulgent. He became so effulgent. That is the power of Ramanama. The whole aura of Hanuman was glowing like anything, just when he kept that ring in his mouth. Very special. Once, when Prabhupada was traveling, he was traveling in a car in England, and when he was going in a car, suddenly a policeman from behind, he started chasing Prabhupada's car in a bike, zoom, 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 and with that siren on, he overtook the car and he stopped the car. He chased Prabhupada for a while, and then he stopped, and then so he came running and said, "There is, come out, come out." They were all devotees, were thinking what happened, and then he peeped inside the car and saw. He said, "I saw some fire. I saw some fire was there inside this car." There was a fire. Actually, it was not fire. It was the effulgence of Prabhupada, which was so powerful. He thought that it was fire, but it was effulgence of Prabhupada that was there. So that is the power of the holy name. So this Ramanama, why I'm saying, because the devotional service, the beginning of devotional service starts with Ramanama, the holy name. It is so powerful. And the exemplification of this is Bhakta Hanuman. Bhakta Hanuman is constantly chanting the holy name. All the time he is doing Ramanama. Even now, Lord Hanuman is actually chanting Ramanama. It's so special. And there is one more very, very, very special incident I want to share. This is again in Ramayana itself. So once in Ayodhya, Shiva and Parvati, both of them come to visit. They come to see Rama and Sita, and they come and they glorify Rama and Sita. They are exchanging nice, pleasant words. And after a while, Lord Shiva asked, "Where is Bhakta Hanuman?" So Rama said, if you didn't find him in the palace, you will definitely find him in the garden there." And Shiva was very excited and he wanted to meet Hanuman. And then he goes out to see Hanuman, Bhakta Hanuman. And then when Shiva and Parvati, they go to the garden and they go to the garden, they see something very, very amazing. Under a tree, Hanuman is sleeping. He is in deep sleep. And Hanuman is sleeping and he's snoring. Now, when people snore, they create dangerous sounds. Especially when you're traveling in a train and somebody is there in the same compartment and he's snoring like anything, it is terrible. I had terrible experiences like that. We go there in the train and if it is an AC coach, they'll be snoring so loudly that next to two compartments also you can hear their snoring. So loudly they snore. Dangerous sounds they take out. And here, Bhakta Hanuman, when he's snoring in the deep sleep, Ram Nam is emerging out. Can you imagine when Hanuman is snoring, is Ram Nam is coming out, and the whole tree is also absorbed in Ram Nam because it is just under the giving shelter to Hanuman. Even the tree is engaged in Ram Nam. And when Lord Shiva he saw this scene and when he heard this Ram Nama out of the snoring of Hanuman, he started dancing. Shiva started dancing like madman. And seeing the dance, even Parvati started dancing because Ram Nama is happening. And because Lord Shiva and Parvati are dancing, the Gandharvas, the Kinnaras, they all bought their musical instruments and they started dancing. And then Lord Rama inside the palace, Sita, they're all thinking, what happened? They didn't come back only. What happened? Then they sent, Bharata, you go and see what is happening. So Bharata goes out and then he sees that there is a big Sankirtan going on. He said, oh, wonderful. Even he joins the Sankirtana. He didn't come and Rama and Sita are waiting inside. He said, oh, Shatrughna, you go. And Shatrughna goes outside and he goes into the garden and then he sees that, oh, there's a big Sankirtan going on. He joins the Sankirtan. Then Lakshmana is sent and Lakshmana goes, he joins the Sankirtan. They are not coming back only. And Lord Rama and Sita thinking they are not coming, let's go and see what is happening in the garden. And they come out and they see there is a huge Sankirtan. All the Devi Devatas and here the whole Ram Raja is engaged in Sankirtan there. And Lord Rama comes and looks at that and says, you see, the whole big Sankirtan is happening. And the Sankirtan, the reason that Sankirtan happening, the person because of whom the Sankirtan is happening is sleeping so deeply. So he goes and he wakes up Hanuman. Lord Rama, he goes and wakes up Hanuman, and Hanuman is like, he wakes up and then sees, he feels very embarrassed. Hanuman is feeling very embarrassed. Oh, such a big thing is happening here. I've created such a big chaos, and everybody is dancing, and I'm sleeping. So that dancing, the kirtan, everything is over, and then they go to have nice prasadam. All of them are gone, and they are having nice prasadam, and Mother Sita is serving everyone. And Parvati, Shiva, Ram, Lakshman, everybody is having nice prasadam. And generally, Hanuman, he takes prasadam after the Lord takes. But this time, today, Hanuman is also sitting along with the Lord and he's also eating. He's also having. And he's eating so much. He's eating so much that now Mother Sita is wondering if Hanuman continues to eat like this, I'll not be able to serve everyone. Because he's eating so much, the quantity might fall short. So she's worried, that it might fall. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes our devotees also, when they go for some home program, and the grahastha has called, the devotee has called few brahmacharis and few devotees. They have prepared nice prasadam, and Prabhuji, aiye, aap prasad grahan kijiye, and then there they go and then start eating so much that the devotee is thinking, "Arey kya hoga abhi?" We called only few people, and here we have made very little, and these people, this brahmachari is eating so much. Will I be able to serve or not? They'll come into tension, anxiety. So you should be very careful when you call devotees. Sometimes some people are really voracious eaters. So Hanuman was like that. So now Lord Shiva, he understood the situation of Mother Sita, and he took one tulsi leaf, and on that tulsi leaf he wrote Rama, and then gave it to Hanuman. And when Hanuman ate that leaf, tulsi leaf, he was satisfied. he ate that and then he was satisfied. No more hunger. So this is how Lord is so much merciful, and the devotees are so much absorbed in Ramanama, absorbed in Ramana. That is why Hanuman is the greatest devotee. And greatest devotee is not that because we are saying. It's not that it is sanctioned. It is understood that Hanuman is the greatest devotee of Lord Rama. Nobody else. Once Narada, he comes to Ayodhya. Narada comes to Ayodhya and he meets Hanuman and says, Hanuman, can you please tell me who is the greatest devotee of Lord Rama? He is asking to Hanuman, who is the greatest devotee of Lord Rama? And Hanuman says, if you want to know, you please go to Lord Rama and ask him. He will tell you the best. Who is the greatest devotee of Lord Rama? So Narada is very inquisitive to know. And Hanuman says, you know what? Rama knows because Rama has made a diary in which he writes the names of all the great devotees. No, Narada is even more excited. He thought that, oh, I never heard that Rama has a diary also, a personal diary where he writes all these personal names. So he got very excited. And then Narada goes and then he meets Rama and says, my lord Rama, can you please tell me who is the greatest devotee? I heard that you have some personal diary where you write all these different names. And Rama says, yes, you go to that room and there is a library and you pick up that book. There is my personal diary there. You take out that reel and all the names, all the great devotees' names are there. And Narada is so excited. He goes to the library, he picks up that book, and then he opens the book. And you know what he sees? He says on the very top of the first page, Narada's name is written. Narada is like so happy. Oh, yes, I'm the greatest devotee. I'm the greatest devotee of Lord Rama. Narada is so happy and he reads out all the names of great devotees in the diary and he finds that Hanuman's name is not there only in that diary. You know, Narada is thinking, how is it possible that such a great devotee, he is such a great devotee, his name is not there? He closes that book and then Narada, he goes and tells Hanuman, yeah, I read, I went through that whole diary. My name was on the first. He was very happy. I didn't see your name only. Where is your name? Then Hanuman said, oh, Yacha, you looked into that diary, that big diary. He said, yeah, whole diary I read, but your name is not there. And then Hanuman says, did you also check that small diary that Lord Rama has? Then Narada was like, what? He also has a small diary. What is that small diary now? I want to know about it. Then Narada became even more inquisitive and then he goes to Lord Rama and says, I got to know, my lord, that you also maintain some small diary of list of names of the devotees in a small diary. I want to look into that also. Then Rama, from his chest, he takes out a small diary and then he gives to Hanuman. And then when Narada opens that, there on the very first page, on the top of the first page, Hanuman's name is written and other devotees. And then now Narada is thinking, what is this? There are two books, big and small. There my name was first, here Hanuman's name is first. My lord, what is this differentiation? What is this all about? Then Lord Rama explains, he says, that big diary you see, it has the list of all the great devotees who remember me constantly. They are constantly remembering me. But this small diary is the diary with the list of all those devotees whom I remember constantly. So that is the list of devotees who remember me, but this list is whom I remember personally every single day. So this is the difference. So that is why Hanuman has a very special place when it comes to devotional service. So we are discussing this chapter, devotional service, because there are so many such intricacies. There are so many things to be known from the life of great devotees like Hanuman, Narada. Of course, there are many things that we will share going forward, but today I just thought that I'll share. This is so much important for all of us. So now our names are neither in the big diary nor in the small diary. We are nowhere right now. We should at least come to the stage where at least we enter ourselves into the big diary. So at least we should be able to remember Krishna constantly, right? So this is how Krishna has now begun to talk about the yoga ladder. He has explained something very, very important. So, going forward, he will discuss more about the devotional ladder that we will discuss in the next chapter, next session. Is there anything that you want to ask? Please feel free to ask. Any questions, you can feel free to ask. So, and also, like I requested last time, you can continue to chant the 20 verses of the devotional service. This is very nice chapter. Every day you can chant the verses, and by the end of this chapter discussion, you will by heart all the 20 verses of chapter 12 Bhagavad Gita. So very interesting. Every day, just take about 10 minutes of your time and read and chant these 20 verses of the 12th chapter. Very, very special. Very, very special. Okay. So we had we have Lakshmi Mataji joining us. We also have Raguttama Prabhu joining us. Thank you so much for joining, Prabhu. Thank you very much for being here today. It really very glad to have you here today. I'm really very thankful that you joined. Thank you so much for joining. So that's an honor that you have actually joined today. It's my honor. Thank you. So there are many wonderful things that we will discuss going forward, but today I just wanted to make this very short and explain certain things about the devotion service. And we have discussed until chapter verse number 8. Next session we will discuss from verse number 9. Please take care. Until then, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.